I find that I often become bored with my Minecraft worlds. Playing for a month or two, getting all the best gear, building the same house before, I give up, and I restart in a brand new world, over and over. So, to try and solve this and challenge myself, I will be surviving an entire year on one Minecraft world, slowly updating the game as the year progresses. The 1.19 Wild update, on one hand, added mangrove swamps, which came with frogs, and on the other hand, the Deep Dark and the Ancient City, home to the Warden and a frankly terrifying place. To start, I made a path from the back door of the castle over to the village, so that way I don't have to fly over there every time. I bought one name tag, which is the whole reason I wanted to go over there in the first place, just so I can name another cat, Pretzel, for my girlfriend. I guess I should also get you guys out of the rain too. Jeremy can guard the gate and keep the creepers away, and Pretzel can live in my room on this comfy little carpet. Also, I went ahead and put up the dragon egg in my throne room, because it just belongs there. Then I got to work on the castle, which I really want to finish this month. Today I'm going to be working on the central tower. I want to leave the top open and put a big giant flag on top, so I got to work. Now, I like the big flag with the Rex Stang initials on it, but the top of the tower seems unfinished. I think I need to widen out the top some more. So I did that real quick. That's better. Then I decorated the inside rooms of the tower, as much as I could at least with the cramped space. I also decorated this hallway that goes to nowhere, and I really need to figure out what to put on the end of this. For now though, I worked on finishing the small walls on the inside of the castle wall path. After finishing that, and dealing with some interruptions, I also worked on decorating the area around the stairs so that it's not just dirt and grass. In the middle of that, I heard a zombie in the walls and of course went crazy trying to find him, and it turns out he spawned inside the ore piles in my treasure room, which I guess is what I get for making them hollow. Oh my gosh, I'll go to sleep. Just please leave me alone. They are so annoying, aren't they, Pretzel? After I headed to bed, the next morning I worked on giving those stair areas roofs to protect them from the snow, and also to make it feel cozier. I went with a nether brick and stone brick trim just because I love that combination for roofs. And then once I got the roofs finished, I did a couple small things, like try to scout out a spot for a Christmas tree later in the month, as well as planning out how I want the corner towers to look. I think in the original schematic I had them just as tall, if not taller than the central tower, but I think it'd look better to have them a little bit shorter. I like how solid and important the middle building looks, and I think that having the corner towers be really big would mess with that. With that being said though, let's go get it done. Alright, that's what I was looking for. I like it. Now I just have to copy this over to the other three. I'm going to work on the other front one first so I can get the facade finished. And even though the other one doesn't have this, it looks like I already planned on having some balconies here. And I like that idea, so I'm going to keep them there. After a little while building though, a thunderstorm rolled in. And I was scared of it burning anything down, so I went to bed for the night. I woke up and finished the second tower. Looking good. There's number 3 down, and I'm starting to get the hang of this. Whoops, I forgot this one doesn't have a bottom. There we go. All 4 towers are finally done. One big step closer to having this castle finished. But I'm going to take a break from building for now and go check out an ancient city that I conveniently know the location of. I flew over past the coal mountains and into the swamp, and built a little marker before digging down. Oh yeah, there it is. I really want to experience the ancient city. It's super well designed, and even though I'm pretty powerful, it's still pretty scary. So, after getting off to a great start, I was inside. It kind of seems like half of this ancient city didn't actually spawn inside of the Deep Dark, so there isn't like any skulk anywhere. So I ended up kind of letting my guard down and just wandering around collecting candles and exploring. Eventually though, this carelessness caught up to me. It's okay. I know I have 3 strikes, and that was number 1. I'm okay. Oh heck no. I gotta get out of here. I snuck back over to the safe part of the city to gather some wool before heading back over there. Oh, the lava's gonna burn that, isn't it? Oh, okay, well, just send it. Okay. I'm fine, but there goes all my strikes. This area is cleared out though, so I should be okay. Some more candles and a skull. That's pretty cool. I continued to explore around the city without any real issues. Most of it didn't have any skulk, like I said. I also found one of those giant iron and tough veins and mined what I could before going back to exploring. And eventually, I had been through the entire thing. Like I said, it was kind of boring because there was barely any skulk. So just for fun, I decided to summon a warden. There he is. Wow. Even though I already robbed all his stuff, this is still his house and he wants you to know it. Talk about intimidating. This whole ancient city structure, deep dark everything, it's so cool. Adding a horror element to Minecraft sounds like it would be a dumb idea, but I think this was executed very well. I'm a big fan. Anyways, that's enough fun. Goodbye, Mr. Warden. It's time for me to head home. Once I got back, I put my stuff away and put Swift Sneak on my pants, and then threw the iron and gold into the furnaces. And I don't know about you guys, but I think it's time I finally finished the castle. I first started with this half of the yard and turned it into a zen garden with a ruined building and a moss pit, and also this cool waterfall feature going down the castle walls. Then I moved on to the other half of the castle yard, where I started laying out the foundation of an armory to display all the enchanted armor I got from the end cities. I started with the armory forge half of the building and also gave it a chimney with some cobweb smoke, and then I moved on to the armor shop half of the building, where I can display all the extra armor I have that usually just sits in chests. After finishing the roof, I added some decorational rubble, as well as some nature, and now, from the outside at least, the castle's finished. I'm really proud of it. I think it looks amazing. With that being said though, there's a couple more things I still need to finish inside. First off is an enchanting room, which I'm going to put right across from the treasury room to fill in this empty plot in the wall. I tried to make it seem rich and fancy, and I don't know if it exactly fits the bill, but it's okay. I went on a little side quest looking for some chest plates and helmets over by the old armory, but it seems like I don't have any extras. Oh well, I guess I am more than rich enough to just make some diamond armor purely for decoration. So that's what I did. This is the final result. I don't like it all that much, it's not anything special, but it's okay. Next I added some banners across the castle for some extra color. I made both big and small ones in the same color scheme as the big flag on top. Then, since I'm in dire need of some bone meal, I went hunting for skeletons until sunrise. Whoa, that's a lot of Endermen. What's up with that? I hope they're not up to any gang activity. Next I installed a balcony at the end of that tunnel thing up the top of the castle to fill in the empty wall that was there. And now all that's left is to decorate some of the empty rooms inside of here. And thankfully I already have a handy decoration box that I carry around with me. I decorated the bottoms of the towers, the upper and lower lobbies, and also put a painting gallery along the rainbow tunnel walls. And now, at long last, the castle is completely finished. No room or hallway left half done or bare. Nothing. Finally, it's done. Great build. Took forever, but it's finally complete. The 1.20 update added everyone's favorite feature, archaeology, as well as everyone's girlfriend's favorite feature, cherry trees. Just kidding, I like them too. I decided to go mining, mostly on the hunt for iron, but when I got down there I realized I could use night vision potions to more effectively find ore in these giant caves, so I ended up going back to the surface real quick to go grab some potions from the old house. While I was there I noticed that all the flower pots that originally had flowers in them, but then all turned empty, had suddenly all switched to having cactuses in them for some reason, which is weird. After scratching my head at that, I grabbed the potions and skipped on over to the mines. Oh yeah, now I can see everything. Even that precariously positioned creeper over there. You know, I'm starting to think that since I'm not lighting anything up, there's going to be a whole lot of mobs in here. Good thing I'm super powerful. Look at this. Without night vision, I would have never found these diamonds. Or the spider spawner with no chests in it. Ooh, amethyst geode. It's pretty cool. Too bad I don't really have a use for these because I think they're really pretty. Look at that one. It's kind of peeking out from the cave wall. What I'm really on the hunt for down here though is one of those giant iron veins so that I can get enough to set up a railway in the Nether highway. And eventually, after wandering around for forever, I found one. And to say these things are loaded with iron is an understatement. I literally just held down left click for like 25 minutes and I got almost an entire shulker worth of iron. I know I have Fortune 3, but still, that's insane. Shout out to Mojang for adding these because I'm kind of opposed to having iron farms, and now there's a way to get a ton of iron without needing one. This amount of iron will definitely cover the rail project, no question. I threw the first load into the furnaces while I got to work on the museum. I'm going to get this lobby tunnel thing done later. Right now I'm going to finish up the other 2 tree displays I haven't done yet, dark oak and acacia. I hollowed out the area for each of those, put in the walls, and made a mock-up little tree for both stands. Then I went through and crafted each variant of each wood block for each tree. And after getting all that done, I displayed them respectively. Looks pretty good in here. I still want to add something to this back wall, but for today, it's good enough. This entranceway still needs a lot of work though. Next day on, I filled up that back wall in the museum with a mosaic of all the different log types. Originally, I was planning on putting cherry and mangrove back here, but to be honest, I don't feel like going out and getting them, so this is their replacement. Now that's done, I got to work on the entryway of the museum. I turned this bare stone and dirt box into a premium dark oak and quartz hallway, which is a massive upgrade. Even though there's a plot for another room on the other end of the stairway, I'm not actually going to end up putting one in. But that's okay. With the museum done, another loose end is finally tied up. Now, back to all that iron. I collected it out of the furnaces, which healed my pickaxe, and holy cannoli, that's a lot of iron. I turned most of it into blocks for storage, but saved 6 stacks to make into rails. I crafted those and also made some powered rails before heading into the Nether to finally make a minecart track over to the ocean town. I started placing rails and made a junction at this intersection, then continued. While I was laying them down, I noticed this window was missing, but thankfully I just had some iron bars on me to patch it up. Alright, since this is pretty boring to watch, I'll give you guys some pro tips for setting up a minecart rail. It only takes 4 powered rails to get up to full speed, and then once you're at full speed, you'll need 1 powered rail every 32 blocks-ish to maintain it. And that makes it pretty easy to count when you're placing long rail systems, because you just have to do 1 powered rail every half a stack, and you'll be golden. All of that is assuming that the ground is level though, because going up and down hills changes all that. Hopefully that little piece of advice might help you one day. I got to the bend in the Ocean Town tunnel, and then kept on placing. Then eventually I got to the portal for the beach town, and realized I never decorated it like I did with the other portals. So I went through and collected some various jungle-ish blocks to use for decoration. I found this cave out in the jungle which was covered in vines, and I think it's super cool. I know we already have lush cave biomes, but I think that having themes for like surface level caves depending on the biome would be super cool too. Like an ice cave up in the mountains, or something like this. A jungle cave with vines and cave spiders. Well, I think back in March I called for an update to minecarts, and look, now we have one. So who knows, maybe I'm a prophet when it comes to Minecraft updates. After I was done collecting stuff, I went back through the portal and set up the very ugly decorational room. But at least there's something here other than netherrack. Now that it's set up, I rode the minecart home, which beats having to use like 20 rockets to get over here. Or walking. Ugh. I hooked up the rails to the other portals, which were way closer, and hey, I forgot you even existed, to be honest. How's it going? I made a stash of minecarts at the start of the rail, and then headed back into the overworld. Now that's done, yet another long-term goal is checked off the to-do list. I accidentally loaded it in 1.21 instead of 1.20. Whoops. I'll just try to ignore the 1.21 features because I don't think I can go back. Anyways, it's Christmas time, so it's time for a Christmas build. I flew out towards the northern snow biome, where the Heart Hotel is, and picked out this spot in the middle of the biome, right next to the bridge. It's relatively flat and close enough to the Heart Hotel. It's good enough for me. I started clearing trees to make some room for building and then leveled out the land. It took a couple of tries, but eventually I got a good looking Christmas tree. But by that time it was nighttime, so I headed over to the Heart Hotel to spend the night. Hey there, housekeeper. Good to see you. Alright, now it's day again, and I have the Christmas build outlined, so I flew home to grab all the supplies I would need to build with. I grabbed lots of stone, wood, wool, deep slate, as well as some ore blocks. Can you guess why? If you said Christmas ornaments, you'd be right. You might remember this Christmas tree design from the tree I made in the 100 Days Cave video, if any of you have seen that. After getting the ornaments placed on there and a star as well as some candles and presents, the tree's done, and it's really pretty, and I like it. Next up, I trailblazed a little pathway over to the Heart Hotel, clearing trees, adding gravel, and putting up some of these light poles. It's not much, but I just didn't want to have to run through the wilderness every time. It'll connect the builds a little more. I like it. Moving on to the buildings, I want to go with a Dutch style for the town because I got inspired by Whammy's Beta 173 world. So I got to work on the first house. I didn't do any research or reference or anything before I started building. So from what I understand, Dutch style means that the second floor overhangs the bottom floor and is usually made of different wall blocks, usually white wool or snow. And Dutch style also has very pointy tall roofs. Lastly, they also have wooded framing that intersects the second story walls into sections. I don't think I've ever used snow as a wall block, even though I've seen it done before, but I think I kind of like it. I never really thought I would. I finished the roof, and okay. I definitely did something wrong here. I don't think it's supposed to be this absurdly tall of a roof. I decorated the inside of the house and realized since I'm accidentally in 1.21, we have the new paintings now. I really like the new paintings. I think they're a great addition. They give like a fresh spice to decorating. And even though the original Minecraft paintings are cool, these ones are new, so they're more interesting to look at. The giant open roof in this building is a pretty cool vibe. I like the verticality. But with that done, this building's finished. I think I'm going to narrow my scope for this place a little bit, and I'm only going to have one other building, which is going to be some sort of diner kind of thing. So I got started on that. I decorated the inside with some tables and a stage before giving it a roof. There we go. It's all done. Finally, for the Christmas town, I just added some small Christmassy details. I gave it a red and green Christmas colored fence, as well as some snow and snowmen. It's not really much, nothing to write home about, but I just wanted to have some fun and make a little Christmas build out in the snow. Sun's going down though, so it's time for bed. Now, with every loose end tied up, every unfinished project finished, and the year drawing to a close, this world, this whole project, I'm proud to say, is finally complete. Not to be super dramatic, but playing on this world for a whole year and almost 1,000 in-game days has changed the way I play Minecraft permanently, I think. Like I say at the start of every video, I set out with this world trying to find a way to end the cycle of the 2-week Minecraft phase, and I've definitely found it. For me at least, Minecraft is about building at its very core. And if you lose sight of that, I think you start to lose sight of what makes Minecraft fun. Don't worry about super efficient farms or maxed out gear or some crazy mega build, just gather some blocks and build whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to be perfect, don't worry so much, just start building and let your ideas shape as you build it. Sorry if I sound too pretentious. My point is, play the game like you did back when you were younger. Just build and have fun. It's just a game. Also, if you're interested, I highly encourage you to play the older version of the game. 1.2 to 1.8 was my favorite section of the series by far. If you want to make your own 1 year, 1 world series, go right ahead. It's not even my idea in the first place. It was a lot of fun for me, and I think you'll really like it too. Thank you guys all so much for the support and feedback throughout this whole adventure. I really appreciate it. With that being said, I'm finally finished. I spent an entire year in one Minecraft world, slowly updating every month as it progresses. And now, it's over. Alright, post credits here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the series. There will be world downloads available for each month starting at March. I didn't do January and February because I just didn't think about it. Anyway, links below in the description if you're interested in world downloads. World Tour will be out soon too. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See ya.